The Logan v Dana situation is just a parody of the modern internet and our modern culture, showing the signs of where our future culture is headed. Now, Logan Paul's always been known for stirring up drama and controversy, but this time he met his match in Dillon Danis. In the run-up to the fight in October, the two have been trading insults and jabs online, which is really nothing new in the world of boxing. But after Danis exposed Logan Paul's fiancée and posted a whole album of pictures of her with other men, this whole drama reached a new low. I would never usually talk about a situation like this, but the unbearable need for clout and attention for the survival of these people is a symptom of something much greater in our society. Now, Danis has been shown he's got no problems dragging Logan Paul's family or exploiting the controversy for his own success, and it's not like Logan Paul is the most sympathetic character here. But it begs the question, how far is too far? With the Island Boys engaging in incest and setting up an OnlyFans, and with influencers becoming more and more desperate to do anything they can for clout, it makes you wonder, where is our society headed? You see, this whole situation started on February 2023, when Logan Paul's brother Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury in a boxing match. Later, Tommy Fury pursued KSI for a boxing match. KSI is another popular YouTuber and a close friend of Logan Paul. On August 8th, 2023, it was announced that Logan Paul would be facing Brazilian fighter Dillon Danis in the same event. Fight promoter DAZN started marketing it by calling it the Prime KSI v Fury. It was clear that their main focus was this KSI v Fury fight, and Logan Paul would be completely fine with it because this wasn't a big deal for him. But for his rival Dillon Danis, this was going to be the biggest fight of his career. Dillon knew he would get no help from the fight promoters because they were too focused on KSI and Fury, so Dillon decided that he would take the marketing charge himself. Logan Paul even refused to do a podcast with Dillon, so he took charge on Twitter. On August 9th, Dillon Danis posted a picture of Logan Paul's fiancée, Nina Aggal, with Leonardo DiCaprio. Nina and DiCaprio dated back in 2016, and their relationship was fairly public. But what Dillon was planning, Logan couldn't have even imagined. The next day, Dillon then started posting pictures of Nina kissing another guy, and the response was surprisingly positive and in favor of Dillon. Instead of people cancelling Dillon for dragging Logan's fiancée into a stupid online battle, they began to join in and started to send him more photos of her. And that's when Dillon finally understood what type of psychological game he would play with Logan Paul to boost his career and hype up this next fight. He knew that if he could stir up enough controversy, he would make even more money with the fight. So Dillon took another big step after he posted a completely naked picture of Nina. Even Alyssa Violet, who claimed to hook up with both Paul brothers, spoke against it, and the controversy online began to heat up. Dillon then posted more photos of Nina with other celebrities like LeBron James to further attack Logan Paul. But on August 12th, he revealed that he might not post any more pictures because Logan Paul was now threatening to pull out of the fight, which put Dillon at a critical point. He could either continue to attack Logan Paul, drum up more drama, and boost the potential money he'd make from the fight, whilst also giving himself more relevancy and clout, or he could silence himself so the fight doesn't get cancelled. Dillon quickly realized he couldn't stop right now because people would then view him as the same as Logan and he would detach himself. He needed the fame and clout and money, so he began to post 10 times more photos of Nina with other men. According to Danis, Logan Paul even sent a legal notice to him, which is exactly what he wanted. It was a weak response by Logan.
I get to be the one to take an eraser and remove him from existence. His name will never be uttered again. He'll die that night twice.
As internet drama goes though, the whole campaign is a 5D chess move by Danis. And what are the options for Logan Paul? He's already written himself into a corner on this. The only people who are still his fans are the people who don't care that he's scammed tons of people with crypto, or that he's filmed truly awful videos in the forests of Japan. So are they really going to have any sympathy for him if he cried on camera and tried to say that Danis went too far? At the same time, it's what people love to see from these stories. The more personal and psychologically damaging you can be, the better the algorithms reward you. Conor McGregor, Danis' training partner and friend, practically made his career off of drama and controversy.
I came back for the love of this, to come and shut this man up. A little rat, a little weasel, a little hard man in groups.
Making him the most notorious MMA fighter out there. And so of course Danis did pick up a few tricks, but McGregor's story is also a warning. In the biggest fight of his career against Khabib, McGregor went all out. He made awful comments about Khabib, his family and his religion, in a truly degenerate display of doing anything he could for clout, eventually turning violent in the infamous bus incident. But when the fight finally happened and Khabib started going to work on Conor, it all fell apart. As the round ended and Conor staggered back to his corner, he begged Khabib to let him off easy, saying the famous words, and ever since that moment, nothing has been the same. It didn't just expose McGregor's fear, but it also told the world that all of this stuff, all of this internet drama, all of this supposed beef, and all of the distractions was just a show for money. An act for the cameras that McGregor had taken way too far, all to maximize his personal clout and fortunes, and his career was never the same again. But Dennis probably isn't worried about that outcome. Logan Paul's not Khabib, and there's little chance that Dennis would get put in the same position. Whilst Dennis exposing Logan Paul's wife is a dangerous move, it's definitely getting him the attention he was after. It doesn't take long for something to go viral on the internet. Dillon began to attract attention, and many popular podcasting channels began to invite him on their shows, which was a huge win for him because his podcasts and clips are getting millions of views daily. Dillon was anti-Paul brothers for years, but back then he never had a voice or a platform. He never had any clout or attention that he so desperately craved. But this time, he has Logan Paul in a perfect position. And when he noticed that most people were supporting himself, he began to post more aggressively. He started posting pictures of Nina with many celebrities, like Mike Trout, Ja Rule, and Jamie Foxx. He also posted her pictures with any guy he could find. The strategy Dillon was using is to completely destroy the image of Nina and Logan Paul. See, what Dillon did smartly was post only one picture with one guy to create this perception that her body count was very high. If he had posted her pictures with the same guy, like Leonardo DiCaprio multiple times, it wouldn't have created a bigger controversy. But when people began to see her with guys they didn't even know, the whole dynamic shifted. Some people spoke against Dillon, like professional wrestler MJF, but overall he was getting more and more support. People online, the algorithms, everyone supported this. This degenerate behavior became viral, and Dillon was rewarded with more clout and more fame. The main headline fight of KSI v Fury became Dennis v Logan Paul. It's gotten so bad that Logan Paul had to turn off his comments for tweets, which was then perceived as another sign of weakness. But these attacks weren't just your normal boxing attacks. This wasn't just any old online drama. This attack was directly affecting Logan at the core, because Dillon knows he needs to attack every single weakness of Logan Paul to play mind games with him. Besides attacking Nina, he also targeted Logan for his crypto scams, which is ironic because Dillon is also known for promoting scam crypto projects, but people had already made up their minds that Logan was already more evil in their eyes. Dillon then began to post videos of Nina's interviews, where she publicly talks about her sexual lifestyle, mentioning certain encounters in packed football stadiums.
I sucked a d in a football stadium full of people once.
Amongst many other things.
I don't really think penises are that pretty, so I prefer you to hide it inside casually.
From Twitter, this controversy then reached TikTok and YouTube, where people began to associate Logan with this meme, standing far in line to get his turn with his wife. As the press conference neared more and more, the entire situation began to heat up. KSI even publicly revealed that he would slap Dillon Danis during the press conference.
He has to come to the press conference, and if he does, and I'm right next to him, I'm slapping him straight up. He's a man that talks a lot of talk and never walks anywhere. I'm intrigued to see if he actually shows up.
All for his degenerate remarks against Logan's wife. But all of this controversy has allowed Dillon to gain 74,000 new followers in a single day, while Logan Paul is barely getting around 1,000. It sets a dangerous new precedent for this type of manufactured drama. If Dennis can dominate the drama cycle online and gain a massive audience overnight, all by bringing in Logan Paul's family, then anyone else can do this. Boxers have always trash talked before a fight, either to stir up controversy, gain a psychological advantage, or to try and create a story for the audience. Muhammad Ali was a pioneer of this. He could playfully pick people apart before the fight even happened.
This man has never knocked nobody out cold. He's a bully. He's slow. He has no skill, no footwork. He's awkward.
Then use their anger and frustration against them and exploit their mistakes. A true wordsmith, his rivalries and fights against Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, and George Foreman are the stuff of legend because of it. But there's a massive difference between then and now. Despite getting under fighters' skins, Ali never went too far. He was a gentleman about it compared to today. He didn't bring people's families into it, and he rarely even ever cursed. Today, this is all different. Danis's attack wasn't done in a smart or creative way. He just went straight for the throat. Today, it isn't even about actual sport anymore. Maybe it never was for people like Logan Paul. Instead, it's just another part of the drama industrial complex. A clear example of how things are done now. If these tactics catch on, it'll make boxing a whole lot uglier and more personal. And it doesn't just stop at boxing. This will happen to all types of media that thrive on controversy. And yet, it's still hard to feel empathy for either Logan Paul or Dillon Danis here. They're both scam artists. CoffeeZilla got multiple videos out on how deep the rabbit hole goes with Logan Paul and CryptoSuit. And he also tricked Dillon Danis into promoting a fake NFT online, showing he's also a scammer. The website he got him to promote linked people to a site about how it was actually a scam. He even got him to sign a contract stating that it was all a scam and that he consented to the prank. These are dishonest, greedy people inside and out. They're willing to do anything for attention, clout, and money and fame. So it's not surprising at all Dennis was used Logan Paul's new fiance in one of his schemes without an ounce of guilt. And you can see the same kind of behavior from smaller imitators of these people. The kinds of people who are so irrelevant that they can only get some attention by doing something even more degenerate and slimy than the last stunt. Enter the Island Boys, who've only kept themselves in the news cycle by stirring drama and generally being terrible people. They first went viral a couple of years ago with a song which they themselves called Trash in a later interview.
We thought the Spanish song was gonna blow up, but the Island Boy did, and I thought it was trash at first.
And ever since, they've been desperate to extend their 5 minutes of fame in any way possible, either by having arguments on Logan Paul's podcasts, harboring a suspect in a murder case, and getting their house raided, or making their own fans. Now, the last one might not sound too controversial until you see the pictures and videos they took making out with each other, sinking so low that they turned to incest to stay relevant. There will always be people like this, but recently it's only getting worse. Our algorithms promote it, our media and politics promotes this. The more degenerate, cruel, and crude you are, the more clout, attention, and fame you get. Because people like extremes, and the internet has given the dumbest, most vapid, and empty people a chance to make it big, by being the most dumb, vapid, and empty. It began with the Kardashians getting famous for nothing. Now it's an entire industry of influencers, destroying each other's personal lives and doing anything they can to get a few more clicks. It's a disgusting system, and the only benefit from this whole thing is seeing Logan Paul get a taste of his own medicine. Watching the very system that he's built his life around turn on him so easily is some of the best entertainment around.